And here we are. I think we are live. So to check that out, let's make sure to go to YouTube, youtube.com. Make sure that we are live. Yes, our channel. And I think, yeah, we are live. Welcome, guys, to this brand new live. It's been a while since we did live stream. And it is the 7th live stream, I guess. Let's make sure it's labeled correctly. Yeah, it is the 7th live stream. So yeah, welcome guys, and we are going to continue from our last live. Just to show you guys, let's make sure we have display, I guess. Yep, display thing. We are going to continue our what? Yeah, that was the yeah. Oh my, yeah. This is the file. Let's open the file. Anime semi realistic assets. These were an assets for, like, they are modular assets that you can build with them villages, things. You'll see that when we are done with them. So basically, if we just go here, I saw that in ArtStation someone created like this modular asset, the same that we are going to recreate, okay? And he created a whole castle, castle, whatever. Anyways, samurai castle with these modular assets. So you can see like these planks, this tatami room. I guess these things from a tatami room. I have no idea, but it is from Japanese culture. Anyways, let's make sure that we are opening the correct file. Oh, you haven't seen that. Oh, yeah. I believe, yeah. So this is the blend file. And here we are. Yeah, we were making rocks. Basically, we were sculpting rocks. And that turned out really well. Really cool rocks. Even though we have some pinching right here. Well, we will fix that right now, I guess. Or I haven't saved that. Oh my god, you haven't saved. I believe I haven't saved my last progress. But anyways, let's continue. Let's continue what we were doing. Let's make sure that everything's working good. Everything's working good. Yeah, we have 4 viewers. What are you gonna make today? Today we're going to continue from our last live. As you can see, guys, we are going to continue on these semi-realistic assets, anime semi-realistic assets. Okay, so basically these assets that we are making, we created roof tiles, we created ton of things. We are in the final stages of modeling. So basically, if I had just the chance to show you, oh my, we created a lot. We created a lot. I forgot how I did that. I have no clue how I did. I don't know. I forgot. Literally, we are going to create some decals right here, or height maps using AI. We are going to use AI to create these maps for us. Okay, these patterns, because oh my god, I can't draw. So basically, if you are not going to use AI for your 3D work, you will be lost and you will not find clients. So as a 3D artist, you need to like to go with the time that you are in. Like we are in 2025, the Q3 or the Q4 of 2025. Basically, we are in the last stages of 2025. So you need to be up to date. You need to use AI because AI is the new stuff. Okay, everything's gonna work with AI. Even Blender, maybe in the future, will use AI too. Maybe some tools that will be using AI. Anyways, the stream is current. What is the stream still going on, guys? Let's make sure that the stream is still going on. Even Blender. Yep, yeah, it is working. Very good. Anyways, let's continue. Let's open up Blender again. And let's make sure that you guys have full view of that. Yep, this is it. Very good. So we were making these rocks. So I'm going to be fast here. So when you are sculpting, basically you will have pinching because you are moving. Sculpting is actually moving geometry. So it's not doing something magical. It's just moving geometry toward a place that you are specified, you know. And currently I'm using version 4.1. That means it's not the best thing. So the newer versions has more options for you. So window full screen. Okay. So Control Tab to go to sculpt mode. And here you might need to use the grab brush. Where is that grab brush? It is, yeah, this one. I need just to move the geometry a little bit. And maybe smooth that out, something like this. Smoothing geometry actually makes it better. So you are moving this pinching. Sometimes you need to grab the geometry and then smoothing it out, you know, something like this. You can hold shit to smooth that out, okay? And basically, if you just go to edit mode, you can see the geometry is a bit close, but it's okay. We are going to remesh that at the end. That's the Boolean thing. Okay, I believe it's Boolean. We did Boolean here, or we did some sculpting. I have no idea. I believe that we did Booleans. And we have some tight stuff here. It might be, yeah, it's pinching, so. Yep, now it's correct. Very good. So I guess let's have my reference images right here. Let's see what we were doing. Yeah, we created that thing. Oh, I believe that we were in the roof. So rocks are done. Roof tiles. Okay, press slash again to go out of that. Right click, select all objects, slash again to isolate that. Control tab, go to object mode. I created that. So AI will help me, or that is pretty easy to create. Is this one shape? Oh, these are duplicates. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to create that. We are going to bake that in a normal map or something just to make it efficient for game assets. Maybe people will use this in Unreal Engine or Unity or Godot or something. So basically, you need just to select this face, Shift S, cursor selected, and now you can just press Shift 7 so you can see from the view of this face. And now what we are going to do, we are going to create mesh. Let's do UV sphere. UV sphere is pretty good. Tab to go to edit mode, Shift Z. Make sure to go to the front view, select these faces, X, and delete faces. Select everything, RX 90 degrees. That will move it like this. So right now the origin of this geometry is right here in the 3D cursor. Okay, that's good. We are going to need that. So scale that out a little bit. Just move it top like so. Maybe a bit small. Let's make sure it is sticking. GY, something like this, like the reference image, to make sure that the origin of the geometry is in the 3D cursor right there. Press Q and then origin to the 3D cursor. That's going to be pretty good. Let's see if there is some comments. Yes, yeah. How you ever thought about using Houdini? Houdini is pretty hard. Houdini is pretty hard to use. I don't recommend you to learn Houdini at first. You need to be familiar with you know, a simple program like Blender, and then move on to Houdini. So you can have like a bit of idea about how to use a 3D software. Houdini is a simulation software. It's about simulation. It's like Inversion. Inversion is pretty easy, but Houdini it is pretty hard. And there is not that many tutorials about Houdini, so you'll find a hard time about using Houdini. Anyways, now to copy these in an array mode, I made a Blender add-on, and let's see if it's still working. It is object replacer. It's called. Yeah, this is the early version. This is the beta version actually. I still have the beta version. I don't have the last version, but anyways, let's show you guys. Let's show you if you want to use it. Okay, if it worked. If it worked. So basically, we are going to go to Gumroad. Gumroad. This. We can just open up. Let's go with an in private. Gumroad mix design. Okay, right mix design 0.gumroad.com like this. Hit enter, and you have Flexi Array Pro. These things, and I guess it is the Flexi Array Pro. I named it like this, and it is pretty much free, so you can just click on it and just download it. Just type 0, and any donations is really fine. That will help support me. Let's do 0, add to cart, and I am not signed up, so I need to get your email like this. Anything 0 and get, or you can gift it to your friends or anything. So yeah, that's basically how you can get this add-on. Now let's keep moving on. So to array this, I believe I need to select the object itself. We need an empty. Okay, so shift N, add an empty. I forgot how to use it. Okay, that's our empty. Shift Z. That's our empty. And the object to array. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess the object array is this one. And now let's how to array like this. Oh, it is arraying in this order. Oh my days. That will never work. I forgot how to use it. But anyways, I forgot. That's the beta version. I need to get the other version. Anyways, let's leave this. Let's go to the front view. Let's do that manually. What are you doing, Abdo? Please go to edit mode. I believe. Control E and spin. Where is the spin thing? Oh, I forgot how to use Blender. Oh my days. Alt E, spin. Yeah, Alt E. Use duplicates, please. I forgot. I was in training, guys. I was in training. A whole freaking month of training. Okay, anyways, when you are doing use duplicates, there is a duplicate right here. So X delete verts like this. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's count. How many? 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. We made just 12. Alt E. Let's do 18. This X delete verts. That's pretty much how to do that. Okay, and you are going to copy that to the other ones. To do so, I'm going to select that. Shift S cursor selected. Shift D. Shift S selection to cursor. Do the same steps. yeah, that's pretty much how to do that. It was pretty fast. Okay, I believe that we're done with that. Okay, let's see. Other reference. This one is pretty hard. We need to use AI for that. We need to use our little friend, ChatGPT, to do so. Let's see if I'm able to use ChatGPT now. ChatGPT. Okay. So let's say I have this design. Can I show you guys? I believe. Maybe this is private accounts. Let's log out. Log out, please. Stay. This. Login now. Need to use AI to generate this pattern for us as like a black and white image to use it as a height map. Height maps is the best way. Like height maps is crazy. I like using height maps. So now I believe I can show you. Anyways, let's show you guys what we are going to do. Here in ChatGPT, I'm going to copy this file path. Go to upload, upload from computer. Use this. I'm going to say extract the pattern as a black and white image. Let's say, where is these things? Arrows, what they call them? I have no clue. These things. Height map. This. And let's say, let's give it a second. We need the pattern. While analyzing, let's continue on doing that things. So right now we created that. Go to the full version of that. So we need basically to create that thing. How to create it? I have no clue how to do that. This is in an angle because we are using or making a modular asset. We need it to be straight like this, a bit kind of. This is not straight. It's not fully straight. It needs to be like so, like this, I believe. Yeah, this thing could be easy. Yeah, this is a piece. We need to create pieces, so we are going to start with this piece right here, and then this piece, and we are going to leave the hardest one till the end to figure out how to do that. I need to complete these assets, guys. That took what? Here is the extracted pattern as a black and white. Download height map. Man. ChatGPT is dumb a little bit. I need only the pattern, like if it was drawn in Illustrator. Please give me that thing. Let's see if there is some comments. No commentos. Anyways, sometimes you need to be precise about giving ChatGPT prompts. No. Fill that thing. I have one more image to generate because I'm in the free version of that thing. Please, I need to be precise a little bit. Please. I want let's see the image. I want that pattern you see, like lower thing going on there. I need it filled with black and transparent area, leave it white. That's it. Let's say, please generate that for me. So to create this asset, so while it's generating, I'm going to create first this piece. This piece is pretty much easy to do. I'm going to select my roof tiles things. So basically I'm going to remove or move these things to their own collection. So what? Yeah, right now it's going to select M, move to collection, or M, roof tiles. Yeah, let's do new collection. Roof stuff. No other name to say. Now let's close that. Hide them a little bit, or maybe just leave them. We're going to use them. Select that. Shift A, and let's create plane. The plane is somewhere, so Shift C, Shift S, selection to cursor. And it is pretty small, so we need to scale it up by maybe 5 times. Where is the pattern? Oh my god. Filled flower pattern, it is white. I'm going to do that off the camera. Right now it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm going to do that later on. But anyways, RX, do 90 degrees. So basically I need, sorry. Where is that thing? Anyways, I need it to be between these, so it is going to go like from here down there. Okay, it's going to go from here down there in a, oh yeah. So basically we're going to move this. We need it to be in the center, so select this vertex, this one, Shift S, cursor selected, select that, make sure its origin is in here, Shift S, cursor selected, go to object, set origin to the 3D cursor. So right now that should match. Okay, Shift S, selection to cursor, that will be right in the middle. And I'm going to go to edit mode, Control R and add a loop cut, Control B to bevel that loop cut. Okay, let's see, now we created like this section. We need to create the other section. We need to create Control R like so, and then select the faces, this one, and then X, and delete faces. Later on we are going to use subdivision surface. That means buenos dias, what I'm saying. Let's do that. Scale that a little bit, maybe to fit like so. Yep, very good. This one should end in here. Control R, add loop cut. Maybe Control R here, Control R here. Select that, Shift select that, SX, so they match kind of without using the array modifier, the mirror modifier, sorry. And Control R, and move this like this, and select these faces, X, and delete faces. So pretty much like this, delete this, delete this, delete faces. And maybe that should be Yeah, that should be close to here. So just move it down a little bit. Okay. And this one should be up a little bit like so. And it should be like there is a vertex that's going down like so. When it's subdivided like this and some edges are sharp, it should match. Somehow it should match. Okay, so let's give it a bit of thickness. Select everything, E to extrude, and extrude it like so. We need to determine, so 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's do 2 meters. Maybe 2 meters. That should be good. Yep. That should be really good. Now control one level of subdivision surface, and we need to apply bevel modifier before the sub-D. So let's add a bevel. And let's add it before that. And one thing that you need to make sure that it's applied is your scaling, like this. And also, as you can see, if we turn off the sub-D, the bevel here is not working as expected. It's doing some weird stuff. As you can see here in the corners, when you have a 90 degrees corner like this, the method that it's used here is, I believe it is sharp. Is it sharp? Let's go to the profile, maybe geometry, whatever. Yeah, it is sharp. Miter out is sets to sharp. So it needs to be arc. Arc means like an arc. So it is like so. It is like that. That is what it's called, arc. When you see like a door, this is the arc of the door. So that means this is the arc. So we need it to be arc. So yeah, like this. That will help with the flow of the geometry. Let's do arc. And as you can see, that looks better. And what are a better value for segments? I believe it's 3. And sometimes you need to apply the bevel in some areas, and some areas don't need bevel. That's when you are going to use weight instead of, so with weight, where is the weight? Offset? No, yeah, weight. Yeah. When you do weight, you are going to go to edit mode, select some edges. So for instance, I'm going to select that, hold shift, select that, press N to open up the side menu, and go, I believe, to the item and the bevel data. Here you need to increase the bevel mean weight. And as you can see, if you just zoom in like here, you can see the bevel start working. And the smaller is the amount of this bevel weight, is the smaller the effect that will be applied, like this. So that's how you can do the bevel to some areas and exclude some areas. That should work. Do you use Blender 4.1? Curious, why? I use Blender 4.1. It is the best Blender version yet for anime stuff, because my niche is different than realistic stuff. If you need to create realistic stuff, interior design, something like this, you need to use the latest versions because they work pretty good. For Eevee, not Cycles. Cycles is pretty much from 2.7, something like this, and it's pretty good because it's a ray tracing engine. Eevee, in the other hand, in these versions are not ray traced. It's somewhat with this screen space reflection, but it's not good. In the newer versions, it's pretty good, but it's not that good. Let me show you. So I believe I have my screen. Yeah, its screen is working. So let's open YouTube. Let's open YouTube. Open YouTube. If you go to, let's do Blender Guru. If you haven't watched this tutorial, please go watch it because you will understand better. So how to use Eevee, full Blender course. Here, the Blender Guru, that you might know, have explained why still the Blender Eevee is sucks in realism, in ray tracing. To show you, I believe I have a newer version. Eevee works with camera clipping. What? Yeah, camera clipping. So anything that the camera don't see will be deleted from the scene. But it's still there. The meshes is still there. But the camera data, the camera that comes to the data that comes to the camera will be deleted. Okay, to show you, like for instance, we have, let's say we have a room, something like this. Okay, and let's say that you have like so, like you have a window. Let's delete this window. Okay, and you have a sunlight. It doesn't matter where you put it because it's sunlight. It's not in 3D space. It doesn't have a coordinate. It is up in the sky. It is not in the sky. It is somewhere, okay, in the space. So that means whenever you put this sunlight, it doesn't matter. But spotlight and area light and point light, it matters because it's like a regular lighting that we have, like the lamp that you have in your room. So that matters, but for sunlight doesn't matter. Anyways, that's not the case. Let's rotate it a little bit and let's go to our beloved render engine, Eevee. Right now, Eevee is not ray traced. It is like our similar Eevee that we have here. It's like this Eevee, but the moment that you, okay, first let's increase this lighting. As you can see, if I go inside this, we can see a minimum or minimal light leak inside here. Okay, you can fix that with multiple stuff. I believe they removed it, but in the regular Eevee, when you add the sunlight, let's do a sunlight. Okay, you have a shadow and you have contact shadows. This contact shadows setting will reduce that light leak, but still it's not gonna solve that. That's why in my older tutorials you will see some light leaks that couldn't be solved, unfortunately. Anyways, right here it is kind of solved right out of the bat, but still it's not solved. That means when we apply ray tracing, as you can see, we have global illumination. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Oh my god. Oh, anyways, so as you can see, we have global illumination. But sometimes when you're just moving, as you can see, when you see from this angle, when you see the light, you can see the bounce light here. But when this light disappears from the camera point of view, there is no bounce lighting anymore because that was deleted from the camera that from the data that comes to the camera. Okay, that was deleted. Like there is no light in the scene. But the moment that you see the light, you can see the bounce lighting, and that will be increased when you see from a certain angle like this, as you can see. And if I rotate myself, I can see a little bit, but it's not the thing that we need to see. That's why you need to use still light bulbs, or what they call them. Yeah, light bulbs or something like this. And you need to use volume. It's pretty interesting. Game engines use that to bake lighting. So for instance, let's go to the settings here and increase its resolution. Doesn't matter. And also for your scene, it needs to have like thickness. You don't need to have like a paper like uh, wall, so that's why you need to use solidify to have some thickness, like a real life wall. Okay, increase that like so, and use even thickness to make sure the scaling is pretty good. And right now what you need to do is to put these dots, these last row of dots, inside this this wall like this, and make sure it is working for each one of these. Go to the front view and scale on the z-axis, move it up. Like so. Go to the right view. Make sure everything is aligned. I'm just going to show you how to work with this light bulbs as fast as I can. So right now it is working. For these light bulbs to work, you need to have your lights on. That means when I'm going to select that, I'm going to bake light cache or what they call it. Is it baked? Let's wait. It is baking right now. It is working on your CPU, so be careful. And right now, if I go inside, I believe it's gonna work. If I turn off this lighting. Yeah, it is working, kind of. Yeah, it is working. It's catching some data. If I turn that off, you can see nothing. If I turn that on, as you can see, and you can see like resolution issues. And Blender Guru has explained that to you, how to use this light bulbs correctly. I'm not a pro in using realistic lighting. I'm just using stylized lighting. But that's not the case. As you can see, we still have some light leaking outside, but that doesn't matter because you'll never see that. Okay, you need to position these points correctly to work. And also there is other settings here, like if we go to clamping, yeah, indirect light and direct light, like what, like and share, subscribe. Anyways, in the offset, search distance and surface offset, like these points. To explain to you guys correctly, some of these points have like a reach distance, like a radius, like a sonar like thing, a radar thing that goes like this, beep beep beep, where is the light, beep, okay, something like this. When you increase that, the search distance increased, beep beep, where is the light, something like this. So that's why you need it to be kind of low, as not that thing, okay? And you need these points to not go so far like this, so you need them to be barely above this or inside this this wall, something like this. So you need to be careful about using these. And another thing to keep in mind, I'm going to use that. Another thing to keep in mind is to use, if you have like a glossy material, let's add a new material, roughness to be 0, like this. You can see we have reflections, but the moment that I move, you can see it's clipping because camera doesn't see this this ceiling. That means it's being removed from the camera that comes from the data that comes to the camera. Okay, I'm inside now. Outside, where am I? Anyways, that's why you need to use something that is called plane. These will catch reflections, and you need them to be slightly above for them to catch reflections, something like this. And these will have like distance or something. Currently it is an empty scene that will never like Find reflections, but anyways. It is working, yeah. As you can see, it's working. You can see a slight difference, yeah. And that took me a lot to just explain. I'm bad at doing these. Do you use Blend? Yeah, Chris. Thanks for the explanation. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah. What do you think of Blender Go engine? Have you heard of it? Is it designed for anime style work? Okay. I have experienced not using but seeing Go engine, people using it. And it's pretty good. It has curvature node. Do you know what is curvature node? That means you don't need to bake bevel node and use it. You don't need to do that. So basically, Go engine is pretty good. It's pretty good, especially if you are doing like me, anime stuff. That means you will save a lot of time. And the good news is the Professor Go something. Anyways, I don't know his name. He did a collaboration with Blender developers. That means Blender 5 will be officially, I believe, supporting stylized stuff, stylized nodes, and the stylized branch is already in development. You can just go and see it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, like burn the things. So how to? I have no idea. I'm just like Google translating from a language to another language. What am I doing? Everything you explain is very interesting. Thank you very much. No worries, bro. It's literally giving away invaluable knowledge. Thanks. Oh yeah, I'm like a Google Translate. So I can't translate everything that you say, guys, correctly because English is not my first language. But I'm trying, I'm trying to do that. So, anyways, let's continue our modeling. Okay, just to know everything good. Now I'm going to remove this weight thing from here. I'm going to use angle. I was about to do none. None is not going to do anything. So angle. Angle is interesting. Anything above 30 degrees will be applied with bevel. Anything less than that is not going to be applied. Or the inverse of that. I don't know. But it's going to work. And let's see with the subdivision surface. Yeah, it is working. And the amount here also matters. So a big amount, do like this. Smaller amount will tighten up everything. So big amount, that's what I'm looking for actually. Like big like this. Yep, something like this. That's pretty good actually. That's literally pretty good. And of course, right click, object context menu, and shade smooth. I believe I'm going to remove this Control X. Maybe I need it. Oh, that is interesting. I need it, guys. So select that, and move it a little bit. Actually, we can bevel that too. Control B and bevel that manually. Yep, very good. Just move this down. So, like this. And these things, I'm going to move my 3D cursor right here. And I'm going to use 3D cursor as my pivot point. And I'm going to scale this like so. I can scale along the z-axis, I believe. Or the z-axis for the 3D cursors like this. I believe let's go to... Anyways, let's do that. Let's move this to here. Let's move this to here. Move this up. Move this up. Maybe straighten these up. These should be straight. Again, medium point, SZ 0. So they are straight right now. Very good. And now we successfully created that pattern. Kind of. It's not perfect because some of these have like a weird like they are weird a little bit. So let's match that up. Like they have like an angle. Like is these or like so. Yeah. I believe it's something like this. When we need a lot of geometry actually. We don't have n-gons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We have quads all over the place. Yeah, so it's basically something like this. It's basically something like this, yeah. Do you agree, guys, with this? I believe it is similar to what we have right now. These should be down a little bit. Yeah, it's just from the camera angle, it looks like it's not good, but it is pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. And now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move it along the y-axis. Oh my god, this looks amazing. Looks amazing. And now what you are going to do is just array this along this path. To do so, I'm going to use Alt D. Alt D means duplicate this object and use the original object data. And tell Blender to use just the original object data. Calculate just this object data. Don't calculate me because I'm similar to what he have. That's the idea of using Alt D, link duplicate. And I believe it's not the same. Okay. Alt D, X, and just eyeball it like so. And now Shift R to repeat the same action multiple times, like this. And now basically we have this. And it is low geometry actually. If we apply one of these modifiers. So let's apply the sub D. Control H, apply, yes. As you can see, it's just low geometry, it's not that much. We need to use weighted normals here. Still snow. The shading is, oh, what? Shift N? Yeah, normals were inverted. Anyways, just to make it smooth, leave the sub D working, please. You'll see that in a minute. Yep, like this. Sub D, make it perfect. Yep, you can tighten this up. Oh, yeah. These were like, sorry. Let's Control X, go to top view. These should be going back a little bit. Yep. So we don't have that weird thing. Yeah, now it's perfect. Kind of. Yep, still there is a minimal thing here. We can solve that by adding another thing. Oh wait. The bevel is doing weird stuff. Maybe just 2. Yep, maybe just 2. That's creating an n-gon like so. As you can see, we have vertice here, vertice here, vertice here, and these aren't connected right now. Anyways, now it's looking perfect, and everything that I've done here is copied to all of these guys. Yep, very good. This is so cool. I've just started learning anime style in Blender for 2 months. Thanks for teaching. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm still going to teach you guys a lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of stuff that is coming. I'm just have a busy time, you know. I'm just a bit busy. I don't have time I need to get my diploma as fast as possible. And that is taking a lot of time. Ages just to get it. Maybe I'm just going to move it along the x-axis. My CPU now is cooked. 4-core CPU is cooked right now. One thing that I forgot to see is from this. Yeah, it's pretty good. It looks good. I can add. That will add to the geometry actually, but yeah. I can turn off this for now. Yep, turn off this from edit mode. So we are going to work perfectly. I can hide these boys for now. Where are these? Hide them for now. They are lagging my Blender. Let's make sure that we have no Blender. Yeah, nothing's opening. So we can add more geometry actually. But we have a problem. Is it caused by the array, the bevel? Yep, the bevel is doing weird stuff here. Weird stuff. Let's see the angle. Does the angle matter here? Yep, matters. Yep. And now it looks more smooth. Yep, it looks amazing. Right now that looks amazing. Yeah. That means anything above 18 degrees will not be affected by the bevel. So anything below 18 will be affected. Now that proves the idea. Make sure this one is a bit touching the ground. A bit touching. Yep, like so. So now we're done with this. The other one is pretty similar. So if you see that from this angle, it is like so, and like so, and like this, like so, like this. And there is this one, these lines, these lines, as you can see. And you see them from the front view, they are like this. So basically you need to think of the front view. If you could make the front view, you could make, just basically extrude it and make it. I'm just going to show you guys how to do that. Basically just make sure you are in the correct collection. Make sure you are in this collection, roof styles. So Shift A, and first let's hide these. Shift C, Shift A, add a plane, RX 90 degrees, go to the front view. Basically right now we are going to model this. How to model it? Ctrl R, add loop cut, Ctrl R, add another loop cut. Let's use another matte cap, like a darker one. Disable the cavity for now. So basically we have created that. I'm going to Ctrl B this, like so. Ctrl B this, like so. I'm going to select this face, select this face, select this face, select this face, X, delete faces. You'll get the idea what I'm doing right now. I'm going to select these S, like so, and remove it up. This should be tall a little bit. Ctrl 1 to apply first level subdivision, second one. Select that, GZ, move it up. Select that, SX, and move it like this. You can even select that, Alt Shift select that, SZ, and just make it like so. And you can select that select that SX and make it bigger like this. This one, you can just remove these. You can't remove them right now, but you can shift E to add a crease. But when we are going to extrude that, we are going to add crease. Right now, that's not going to be affected unless you do like this. So basically, it is like this, and later on, we are going to add the other ones. We are going to make this wide enough, like so. And basically, right now, if you just select that, go to the side view, and just extruded that. Like so. Control R and add a loop cut. Control B and bevel that loop cut. Press C to add clamping, so it's gonna clamp whenever it feels that it's closed or close. It's going to clamp, or you can just do it manually unless it touches kind of a little bit like this. And now you can just shade this one smooth. Okay, you can even more move it. Now it's pretty good. And I made it tall, pretty much really tall. Going just to make it like so. Like this. So pretty much this is like this. I'm going to add the other strips just to make it looks good. Hi, soon. Hi, welcome, welcome. You could use creasing instead of loop cuts. Yeah, that's what I said literally just a minute ago. You can use creasing to do that, but loop cuts is kind of better. Yeah, creasing is like cheating. Loop cuts is, yeah, I believe it's better. But let's try decreasing. Ctrl X, select all of these. But when you crease, we will have a problem. When we crease, we will have another problem with sharp angles. Let me just select that. When you do Shift E and crease, you see, you create sharp angles, and that is not suggested. So that's why bevels are pretty good, or sorry, loop cuts pretty good. You see, it makes like clean result. And even though you can inset, insetting things makes better result. Sometimes, not every time, you know. You can select everything and merge by distance first, because I have merged verts right down. When you inset with I, sometimes you make this face flat, or looks more good than this one, as you can see. So this one has like a bevel in it. This one looks better, but sometimes you have this weird thing. Ah, yeah, I see why. I see why. These should be in the same direction, so SY 0, and that fixed. Kind of. Why we have this? Yeah, we need loop cut like this to tighten this up. Anyways, I'm just going to remove this. That doesn't make it perfect, but yeah, it feels now good. We need that bevel to catch some light to make the other strips. So it's basically just selecting this edge, Shift S, curve selected, and you can make it either with a circle here and extrude that, or you can use cylinder. So let's use cylinder with 12 verts and rotating that along the x-axis, and you can just scale it down and go to the front view. You can see that better. Scale that down, just move it until you see it like this, and you can just delete these faces X delete faces like this, and you can delete some of these verts. X delete verts. Go to edit mode, top view, I select everything, S and Y. Like so. Very good. And you need to fill that. Why you deleted the other half? Yeah, just scale it right now. Sometimes I'm dumb, you know. Yep, like this. Control 1, Control A, apply the scale. Make sure to apply the scale. Now I forgot to apply the scale. But remember to apply the scale whenever you feel you need to. Sometimes I Control A and apply all the transforms, because that will fix my location issues. Sometimes in the texturing process, you will have issues with textures not working. Sometimes you will have distorted coordinates or something like this. That's why you need to apply all transforms, so that your rotation and also your location is reset. Okay, to the reset position. And right now, what's the whole point of using that? We have an n gone. That means you need to delete this face and delete this face and replace these with a grid fill. So hold Alt, click to select the row of edges, Control F, and grid fill. Sometimes you need to play with this offset and span just to align it up a little bit. This span is actually pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And also this one. This one feels more good actually. Yeah, for this type of thing that we are. This one also is pretty good. Yeah. But just to make sure, this one is better. That create like a yeah, a spherical shape. So remember, offset of 1, span of 3. We're going to do the same thing here. Control F, grid fill. Offset of 1, span of 3. And now that looks good. We are going to need another loop cut. Yep, right click, object context menu, shade smooth. I need to duplicate that to the other side. So make sure you have the 3D cursor here in the middle. Select that, go to edit mode, and then Shift D, SX. Sorry, before SX, make sure you have 3D cursor, SX -1. Okay, select both, SD, or before that, Shift D, SD -1. A to 6 everything, Shift and to recalculate the normals, because the normals are flipped. When you scale that in a minus value, normals will be flipped automatically. Remember to do that. So now we created that thing. It should be good. This one should be connected actually to this thing. Yeah, it should be connected. But at this time, actually it doesn't matter. 3 doesn't matter actually. We could have just joined them. No, that will take a lot of time for me. Just make it like this. And enable again our flooring, roofing things. And enable that one. These M. And let's call them accessories. I believe that's how it's pronounced. and it should be above this one. So select this vertex, shift S curve selected. So these ones, their origin should be right here in the middle. So select everything, Q, origin to the 3D cursor, and again like so. That's pretty good. Select that, shift S, selection to the cursor. I believe I need to set the cursor right now. Yep. Select those now. Let's move them right down. And you need to rotate them 90 degrees. The Z value. You can intersect them, you know. Doesn't matter, you know, something like this. And that's how you can create that. You might need it to be actually more towards this place. Yeah, something like this. Pretty good. And you are going to join them. They are not joined actually, they are just placed like next to each other's. Yep. This shape is interesting. And it's pretty hard to recreate. But first I'm going to see if I can make this pattern with ChatGPT. Yeah, basically. If you have any question, guys, you can ask me. We are right now, how many hours that we are in here? 1 hour, yeah. This as same as other lives. And another thing that is interesting to do is I'm going to see right now. The pattern is here. We have these other patterns, but these are going to be used for these ones. These flags. So we have these flags. With help of ChatGPT, I can upscale these and remove this watermark. It is from a Chinese website, I believe. Oh my god, I showed the ID. Please don't copyright me. And we have these patterns. These patterns actually are going to be used for the tatami room. The tatami room. Oh yeah, I need to show you. I need to show you first. What is the tatami? What I'm talking about? This one. In this one, there is some doors that has like these patterns. These patterns, you know. They have these patterns like this. So I need to recreate one, at least half of this. And they are pretty easy. Like these. They are pretty easy. They are pretty easy to recreate. This one is pretty hard. This one actually literally pretty hard. We could draw it with Photoshop, use SVG, convert that to mesh, remesh that. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible for me to do that. Let's see what things that we need to do. Oh, I forgot. I need to do these walls. So yeah, these what the flag will be. So these things will be converted to be looking like this. These will be like this. Yeah. And we need a bridge. We need to recreate this where you can, oh, missing child, we are looking for someone. Yeah, these things you see them in games a lot when you have a quest or something to do, or a mission accomplished, something like this, you know. When you have a mission, You see, oh, I need to find that. I I need to find that creature and you know, and I can't say that word, but you know, something like this. We need to recreate these. We are actually creating this roof, but with variations. This is pretty easy. You are just going to recreate that. We have the Turi gates also. I have the model already, and we are going to make these pillars. Yeah, it's pretty good. And the texturing process will be really interesting, really interesting. These things, what is these things? Yeah, these things for my anime 3D, not 2D, 3D city. 3D, yeah. This is from another thing. This is another thing. Yeah, this one is interesting actually. I need to recreate the same one of these just to add some light when we are going to, you know, make a scene with these assets, you know. I hope. I tried Unreal Engine on my PC, but that didn't work. It I downloaded Unreal Engine specifically for this project, but it didn't work. I like how these renders uh, are looking, you know. These are made in Unreal Engine. We could recreate that in Blender Eevee, but the global illumination here is really interesting. But the newer Eevee doesn't have that stylized look. It is pretty realistic, but it doesn't give this look, you know. So what other things? Yeah, this is the final result of these assets, So yeah, I made the roofs. These another. I'm done with these assets, but I'm creating another assets. You know, so I'm creating a lot. Will be a really cool pack. What is this? Yeah, these are leaves. That was for another project. This one for another project. How to draw cloud. So basically, do that, do that. I actually drew a cloud. Do you want to see it? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to shading. Let's go to shading. Let's go to the material preview. Go to the world. And this is it. If we connect that to here and here, you can see it. Maybe in the render. Yeah. It is repeating, but you can see it. So it is like a sky like this. I did that with Photoshop. It is just a 1080 by 1920 by 1080 image, and I repeated that using these coordinates. Something like this. It is repeating. I did mirror, so it's gonna, you know, instead of clip or repeat will just repeat it without making it seamless, you know. It leaves like a seam here, and that's not feeling good. That's why I used mirror. And actually there is box something here. Yeah, box. That will give you this blend. But you need to fix the coordinates because they are all over the place. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's keep it just flat. And let's keep it mirror. Yeah. This one is pretty good for lighting my assets. As you can see, the lighting is pretty good. Pretty amazing. When you have the textures, it's gonna look amazing. Literally amazing. So, yeah. So these are the assets for now. I hope I can continue with these. I'm going to make them with you guys live because I started that live. I'm going to end them live. So, yeah. Beside that, we made a lot, guys. We created a lot of things. Let's hide these. Let's hide these also. So this is what you see in this image. So basically, These are these. With help of geometry nodes, I created this one. It is not similar, but yeah, it is. It is something. These rocks, yeah, I need to duplicate them and vary them, you know. Another one is clipping in this place. So let's move it somewhere. Yeah, it is looking something, you know, creepy, but let's move it to this place. It is hiding one of these assets. Yep. We could duplicate that and make smaller rocks. Where is it? Oh, this is like this. I don't know what I did. But I did something. I did something. Yeah, floor. Let's see. Spheres. Something like this. Let's Control S and save that. I don't have time to. Let's search for an object. And we are going to wrap up this live here. Are you like concept modeling, practicing, or just a small project like full scene? I'm making modular assets, an assets that you and others are going to use for their projects. I'm an environment artist actually. I'm making environments. I'm not a character artist. I'm not an animation artist. I'm just an environment artist. I make good environments, not good animations. That's why I sucks in animations. I sucks in character modeling. And I sucks in sculpting also. But I'm trying, you know, so. I'm making modular assets. These assets will stick to each other's. So you can create a lot of scenes with them. You can put them in your scenes, you know. It's like an assets pack that you are going to use. So basically, if you haven't seen my channel, please go watch my channel. Mix 3D. Oh yeah, I'm going to right here. Like this. And it's not showing in the search for some reason. YouTube, what? Yeah, Mix 3D. Yeah, it's showing right now. Yeah. Go to my channel. When you go to my channel, you'll find a ton of these videos. Like literally, I not waste, but a lot of hours, guys, just to make these tutorials for you. You can see 1 hour, almost hour, 17 minutes. This is like just a like a fast video. Hour, half an hour. This is just a recap. An hour and a half to create this thing. This is pretty amazing. Go watch it. This one also is pretty amazing to create like a tree. Anime effects, setup for anime stuff. If you want to set up your Blender like me, like my Blender layout is pretty good. So when I create a new project like this, new general, and wait for it, everything's working. By default, everything's working. Ambient occlusion, bloom, everything that I need. Everything's working. Motion blur, the settings that I like is applied. Okay, the shadows is already in the highest resolution possible for my PC, you know, for it's not it's not going to explode or something. We have simplify, just if I have subdivisions, not going to explode my PC, you know. And freestyle, I use freestyle a lot. And also, if we go to the compositor, this node setup works for anime stuff really well. Believe me, trust me, these nodes are working gorgeous, especially these quality nodes. I explained these a lot of times. This noise thing, it is like grain, okay, applied. You can apply it with the jitter, but this one is amazing. This one literally amazing. You have vignette, you know, you can just control this value and you can create vignette for literally anything. Glare nodes to create simple but cool yet glow. And also, one thing that I like to use a lot is this normal and this Cryptomatte. Enable all of these. Maybe remove the assets you are not going to use it. So you can separate objects from the scene, color it on its own, and add to it stuff like this. So basically, just go watch these tutorials. Are high quality tutorials, and you will learn. Yeah, basically you are going to learn a lot of things. And every tutorial has its own project file. So yeah. And also, if you want to support me, you can just go to my Patreon account. Just go to Mix 3D Design, like this. Just going to copy that. Let's go to in private so you can see that better. And we are running discounts, you know. Just go and take just the lowest one, $5, and you are going to get everything, literally everything. These ones, $10, $20, just to support something, you know, support development. And just get that thing, get what you want. You can just keep your membership, whatever. It's pretty amazing. Let's go and see. Home, yeah. When you aren't just like what we can preview. Yeah, oh my god, I can preview. I can do a preview. Oh, that's new to Patreon. All right, so today we're doing oh, amazing. Amazing. There is previews. You can see everything. Literally, you can see everything. Yeah. You can see this cool cool Blender tutorial about how to make these smokes, and literally somebody on Twitter like used this thing, used my tutorial, and his post got thousands of likes, thousands of views, like literally maybe 700,000, something like this. Oh my god, using my tutorial, that's amazing. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. Wow, that's literally amazing. Yeah. So anyways, we are going to wrap up this episode right here. We are going to see you tomorrow, guys. I have free time tomorrow, so we are going to continue. Just tell me what time that you want this live to be. If it's this time is good for you guys, I'm going to just go live for this time. Because as you can see, my time is different than your time. Because I'm in the other side of the world. Just to keep that in mind. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and hope you learned something new. And just go watch some of my tutorials while you are eating or drinking some coffee. And yeah, thank you, Moonshine. Moonshine, it seems like a drink, a cool drink. Yeah. Thanks for everything. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome so much. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, and salam.